Yo, what is up guys? My name is Valvez and today I'm making myself a custom mechanical keyboard. The board I'll be using today is the KBD75 from KBD Fans, which is a 75% layout. It does feature RGB underglow for all you RGB lovers out there. The plate I chose was the aluminum one just because it was cheaper than the brass one. And for the main event we do have this box. It contains the case foam and the main housing itself. I got this in the color gray. It is made from an anodized aluminum. I like the overall design of it and it's pretty hefty. Onto the keycaps. I went with the PG Bluebird keycaps, which I got from KBD Fans as well. These are made from PBT. For the colorway, I just chose this because I wanted something minimalistic and with a splash of blue. For the switches, I went with Gateron yellows. I chose these because they're linear and I've been using blue switches for a while, which is honestly too noisy for me. So yeah, that's why I made the switch. Get it? Switch? I also decided to lube up my switches, and that's why I got myself a switch opener, just to make my life a little bit easier. This cost me just a few bucks on eBay and it definitely helped me a lot. For the lubrication, I went with the Krytox 205 Grade 0. This is widely known in the mechanical keyboard scene as a great lubricant for linear switches. Here I'm demonstrating how to use a key switch opener. You just align the 4 legs of the opener with the 4 legs of the top housing. Pull, and there you have it. You've just opened up your switch. I also got another thing off of eBay, which was this 3D printed lubing station. I just got it to help me stay organized with my switches and make lubing a bit easier. Here I'm demonstrating how I lube up my switches. I apply a thin layer of Krytox on all 4 sides of the stem. I also apply it onto the spring on both ends. For the bottom housing, I apply it on both sides where the stem contacts, and also on the middle where the spring rests. And finally, I apply a thin layer of Krytox to all 4 sides of the top housing. Before closing out the switch, I decided to buy some switch films from Keeb.store. This is just used to reduce the wobble of the switch, and I like being extra. To close up the switch, I put the film on top of the bottom housing, followed by the spring, next the stem, and finally the top housing. Click, and there you go. You got yourself a lubed up switch. Now we move on to stabilizers, also known as stabs. These are just regular cherry screw-in stabs that I got from KBD Fans. Here I'm demonstrating how to disassemble the stab. I'm doing this so I can clip and lube the stabs. Here you can see 2 little legs. You want to clip these because these contact the PCB and create unnecessary noise. To lube up these plastic parts of the stabs, I'm using Krytox once again. I'm using a generous amount here, so don't do as I do and just use a minimal amount. To lube up the wire, I'm using Super Lube dielectric grease. To do this, I stick the wire into the tube, place it into the plastic part, take it out, and place it back into the tube, going past 90 degrees just a bit. Place it back into the plastic stabilizer part, and click it in. Here I have these pads that rest between the PCB and the stabilizers. This is just me being extra again. After you've installed your fancy pads, you install your stabilizers, turn over the board, and screw it in with the included screws and washers. Next, you want to install your switch to the plate and to the PCB, making sure the switches are pushed down all the way. Next up is my personal favorite part, and that is soldering. Make sure you use a fan to get rid of the fumes because you do not want to be breathing this stuff in. Here I'm disassembling the housing, getting ready for the final assembly. Just gotta take off this protective film on the acrylic and you're almost ready to go. Next, you have to attach your PCB, plate, and switches onto the base of the housing. After this, you can attach the top half of the housing, turn it over, and screw it in place. We have arrived at the final step, which is attaching the keycaps onto the board. The good thing about building your own mechanical keyboard is that you have so many options. With the program QMK Toolbox, you can program any key wherever you want it to be. Overall, this was a great experience, a lot of fun. I'm always into building things rather than buying it pre-assembled. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.